Hi wrestling fans, thanks for clicking on the Dreaded D Rose Report. If I seem kind of down, I just got through watching a show for an hour and a half now. It was on TV. It was all about giant midgets. Oh, was I disappointed. During an autograph session prior to Friday night's FCW Hog Wild event in Brandon, Florida, Beth Phoenix said that she hopes to return to the ring by the end of the year. Michael Tarver states that he hopes to return in January. Skip Sheffield said he expects to return in March. Also at the event was Trent Beretta acknowledged the release of his Dude Buster tag team partner earlier in the day by stating before his match with Seth Rollins, "This is one for the Crofty." And Beretta had Croft written on, across the tape on his left arm that they always tape up. You know why they tape it up? For grip. Anyway, Rollins noted later that evening on his Twitter account that Beretta would make a great tag team partner. Well, why don't you try going on your own? Might be better. The Miz, Alex Riley, they are scheduled to appear at the FCW show tonight in Charlotte Harbor Event Center, Punta Gorda, Florida. What else have we got here? Former WWE diva Tiffany launched a Facebook page on facebook.com/official Tara Terrell. She went back to her real name. Anyway, she noted that yesterday that the fans could catch her in a new Playboy special edition magazine, by the way. This past Thursday's episode of Superstars on WGN, 0.53 rating, 611,000 viewers. Replay did a 0.18 with about 150,000 people. Former WWE superstar Luke Gallows is now taking bookings at BookBigLG at gmail.com. He wrote on his Twitter, "Hey everyone, it's about time to turn it up. I'm taking bookings and ready to rock out." By the way, I don't know if you heard this or not, but China supposedly made an adult movie, other than the ones her and X-Pac did a long time ago. I got 2 of them, by the way. Former WWE diva China wrote the following on her Twitter account in response to a report from a WWE employee, Jimmy Noonan, that she recently filmed an adult movie. Well, my God, I would refute that too if it would hurt my personality and my ego. But anyway, the porn rumors are 100% untrue. Media never takes time to verify these reports before posting them, no matter how damaging they are. And we sure don't want to damage her. WWE sent out a survey yesterday asking fans, here's another, would they like to see matches broadcast in 3D? Well, everybody's going to say yes, just to see what it's like. But anyway, it was reported back in May of this year, which I mentioned it also, that WWE is looking to do a 3D special in 2011 on the SmackDown Sci-Fi channel, probably. Dixie Carter recently filmed a segment where she threatens to take control back from TNA, from Bischoff and Hogan, through legal means. And the segment is expected to air Thanksgiving, I guess, on Impact. Yeah, we'll see. Dixie has kept with the storyline in recent events as she's been hanging out with fans and sitting at ringside. Dixie appears before the crowd at TNA's final Asylum show in Nashville last week. The Miz, by the way, was a U.S. Weekly's Hot Hollywood party. Was at a Weekly's Hot Hollywood party on Thursday night. I don't know what that means, but apparently he was there, uninvited or not. Word coming out of Impact this week is Mr. Anderson won't be wrestling until January 11. That's 2011. TNA officials said Anderson is being careful with the concussion he recently suffered. Both Dixie Carter and Hulk Hogan, they were absent from this past Tuesday's Impact taping in Orlando. Hogan actually left halfway through the taping. Bad back, maybe. Alright, Thursday's episode of Impact did a 1.07 rating with about 104 million viewers. This is down from last week of 1.16 and the lowest since September 23rd. The first hour did a 1.13. The second hour went down. And I don't know what it is about Impact, but I have a problem staying focused and tuned throughout the whole show too. It seems longer than 2 hours. I don't know why. TNA Reaction at 11 o'clock did a 0.59 with about 700,000 viewers, another decrease in rating. Tiffany issued an additional statement on being released from World Wrestling Entertainment. It says, "I'm sad I won't be able to work with Drew McIntyre. He's the best thing in my life, and I know that he's going to do amazing things with WWE. WWE is still a major part of my life, my well-being, and always will be. I'm so proud of my husband, and will be the biggest cheerleader of everybody. If it wasn't for WWE, I would have never met him. I love you, Drew. Thanks for being my rock." Rock? Jillian Hall, who was released today from, well, yesterday now from WWE, commented on her Twitter saying that "I'm doing very well. I'm in a great place in my life. I have a lot to say, but there's no room to say it here. LOL," she wrote. And thanks so much for your support. And I think her bra gives her more support than we did. Anyway, Greg Sansone from The Score appears on November 19th edition of Right After Wrestling and reveals that he was told that there would be a 4th season of NXT featuring male wrestlers beginning in early December. Maybe it's getting extra hits on their site, I'm not sure. Shawn Michaels said on his Twitter account that him and his family were hit by a drunk driver last night. They are, however, okay. Said, "My family and I got hit by a truck driver tonight, 50 miles an hour, and all are okay." Said, however, I jerked him out of his seat and quite abruptly and said some bad words. Now, I bet. Anyway, last night's episode of, well, I didn't tell you that, Custom 2007 Avalanche honoring Eddie Guerrero and designed by Vicky Guerrero is listed for sale on eBay for $55,000. Vicky is the only person who possesses the vehicle which she designed and to pay tribute to her husband. Vince McMahon did not fly to Europe, by the way, for the last week of the last set of television tapings, and was thus Triple H's first time being in charge of the events, and recently promoted to the role as WWE Chairman Senior Advisor. And it is said that the atmosphere was different in a positive manner. Former head of WWE head of security Jimmy Newton announced on his podcast Friday that former China recently shot an adult film for Vivid. I think maybe he's about 2 years off. The Vivid, I think, did do the other ones. Either that or Red Light, I forget now. Anyway, Sean Morley, or also known as Val Venus, will not be returning to WWE as a performer. He was on hand at the company's old school episode of Raw, was trained to be a producer. And it is said that more of a tryout to see if he's adequate enough to be a producer from now on. Alright, former WWE Intercontinental Champion was telling promoters that he was going to WWE's recent tour of Europe, and it was unclear whether Venus attended the TV tapings, but he worked a show for NWS over the weekend and once again accepted independent bookings. So apparently they got a little looser rein on him than most of the people there. Here's some details on the 2011 pay-per-view schedules. Please make a note of it. Elimination, let's say start off Royal Rumble, January 30th, Boston Gardens. Elimination Chamber is going to be February 20th, Oakland, California. WrestleMania 27, 4/3/2011 is going to be Atlanta, Georgia. WWE Extreme Rules is May 1st, Tampa, Florida. WWE Over the Limits is going to be at May 22nd, which is only 21 days difference on that. Anyway, that's Seattle, Washington. WWE Fatal 4, June 19th, Washington, D.C. Money in the Bank is going to be July 17th, Chicago, Illinois. SummerSlam, August 14th, Los Angeles, California. Night of Champions is September 18th, Buffalo, New York. Hell in a Cell is going to be September 2nd, New Orleans. And Bragging Rights is going to be September 23rd, another short deal there. Survivor Series, November 20th, New York. And WWE TLC is going to be December 18th, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Wells Fargo Center. Thanks you guys for clicking and putting up with me, and I'll put up with you guys too. I gotta go.